Oh, howdy ho there. This is the, what did they mean by that? Is that what it's called? Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Whatever. We're gonna analyze some songs today, aren't we?
I believe so. That's what
Yeah.
we're here for.
Yeah. Well, first up is Shaka Ahmose's Egypt Was a Black Land. Now, a lot of people probably don't know anything about Shaka Ahmose, and he's a curious internet figure. Some people would say that he predates Black Panther in terms of trying to reclaim lost black culture. And he is a poet, philosopher, historian, and some would say a king. He was a
Mm-hmm.
king.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a great music video about this song, so you should go check it out.
Yeah, this is one we recommend you should at least watch yourself. The
Yeah.
rest are like touch and go, but
Yeah, the other music
to get the
videos, fuck them.
to get the full effect, you need the music video and to listen to Shaka Amose's Golden Pipes.
Yeah, they are pretty good.
It's beautiful.
And then also we're gonna listen to well, not listen to, but we'll recite Seven Rings by now if I just look at her name, I would not be able to pronounce her name right probably.
Well, how would you pronounce it?
Um I was
It's not,
thinking
I
in my
was
head,
like,
how
how,
does it,
how are you
let's see,
gonna?
Ariana Grande.
It's like, how are you gonna make this stupid? 'Cause, like,
Well, I'm thinking like
okay,
I
like
hate Starbucks with all their stupid cup sizes, and I see she has a cup size for a
no,
name, so it's pissing me off.
I mean it's fucking. It's not.
You know,
So
I ain't
cup.
having that.
Well, I mean the cup names on at Starbucks, it's Italian as people mispronounce it here. That's what drives me nuts when someone pronounces. I don't know why. It's Italian. It's
It's
Italy, not
I like to
it.
pronounce it. It's all lions.
It's Italians.
Yeah, it's all lions.
It's all lions.
Yeah, yeah. Look at those. It's all lions over there. I hate
Uh,
when they open up noodle shops in my district.
I hate when they open up Who's Hots in my district.
Yeah, I really hate when they open up the who's hots in my districts. I don't want to
But
figure out who's hots.
but yeah, speaking of Ariana Grande, Grande is Spanish, not is that Italian too? I guess there is an overlap.
I don't fucking
Yeah.
think so. I don't even remember what fucking
It,
big is in Italian. It's probably fucking
it's like what
mucho
it goes
meatball.
Venti that's all I
Brittany
know.
Venti.
Venti. That's funny.
Brittany
Yeah,
Venti
hey,
is the white
Asian,
Ariana Grande.
it's true. The like unironically entertaining one.
Yeah. Well, I guess we got to get into these lyrics some point, so we probably should start. So, Egypt was a black land by Shaka Ahmose from the top. For Dr. Bigham, Hotep, Miracle, aka Ahmose. So first off, I mean, it sounds like he's
It's
pretty incoherent, right? But we have a
well,
dedication.
that's the thing, yeah. I think he's just like doing shout outs, like this one's for Dr. Bigham. D so Mat Hotep, I assume is some kind of like Egyptian prince, king.
I hope so.
It sounds like I mean Hotep I've heard of, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that. I feel like we got a dedication. It's to a doctor, so maybe there's a lot of work that went into this song. But
Yeah,
then
like Dr.
also,
Dre.
yeah, like Dr. Dre. There's a lot of work that goes in his songs because he has to make the songs medically, and that's a lot more difficult than people realize. Okay, they have to do surgery on the song. They actually go into the hardware and they start fucking with the wires and shit, kind of like Operation. You don't want to get zapped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So I feel like that's what's going on here. Is like we got a dedication, but then also, are you on lyricgenius.com?
No, I'm just on
Oh,
Genius.com.
that's what I'm on. I was highlighting the lyrics and it went away, and then this thing came back. It's on the side of the song, and there's some guy who left a comment who says, "Ah, man, death to all you crackers."
Oh, I see that. Yeah, this song bio is unreviewed.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, back to the lyrics. All the lies you've been told, baby, let me set you straight. What we did back then was great. You just don't know. This is pretty straightforward,
Yeah, yeah.
We've been lied to about the history of Egypt, and he's going to set the record straight about what really
We
went on.
Boy, does he.
Yeah, so let me show you the past so your future can look bright. If you walk into the light, if you see yourself.
Oh my God.
So
He is a master poet,
yeah,
actually.
this is
This is actually
fucking
really
great.
good.
This is fucking great. This gets the fucking great rating from what did they mean? Excuse me, what do they mean by that? Because
Classic FG.
not only are you becoming aware and the fog is lifted, but they are going to see themselves. Not only like
Not only
understand themselves, but they're going to see themselves in history. You know, this is a really important moment. So how is he going to do that? I mean he's just setting us up. We're fully erect at this point, right?
This is just the foreplay. I mean, we haven't even gotten into the meat and potatoes yet.
Yeah, and he's gonna fuck around with us because here we go. He's saying, I've heard them say that we wasn't even there. Baby, let me make it clear, we were the ones. Now
It's a little bit of intrigue.
yeah. So first now he's
What?
bringing in the skepticism. You know, that's saying now if you don't know what he's talking about, he's talking about black people in Egypt. That was the name of the song. Egypt was a black land. So let's just get on to the next one.
Wasn't even there.
Yeah, and they're saying we weren't even there. You know, this is the common thing. If you've heard the phrase, and it's pretty racist, we was kings. You know, usually this is said by people in mockery towards black people trying to establish some kind of historical relevance because unfortunately they're just kind of left out of the history books. And this is what he's trying to reclaim. And I appreciate him for that. And okay, what are the next lyrics? If you pay attention to what I'm about to show, there's no doubt that you will know we were the ones. Okay, once again, we're waiting. He's got the evidence.
Yeah.
It's waiting to come out.
It's like in a suit. It's like in a suitcase. He's just waiting to open it.
This is like King Tut's tomb or whatever. You know, you can't just oh, we're just gonna open it. You know, you gotta have 24 hours of buildup.
Yeah.
At least you gotta be just talking about what could be inside. You know, all the riches. Maybe he was 3 feet tall. People were shorter back then because they just didn't have good diets. I don't know.
Pygmies.
Yeah, you know. Well, so here we go, and I'm gonna show you who Nefertiti was. That she was black because that's the way that Ra made her. Okay,
Wow.
so Ra is an Egyptian god. And all I know about him, I think, is from Asian mythology. And that's it.
What do you know about him from Asian mythology?
I think he's like a bird man.
He's the bird one, yeah.
He's a bird man. I think
He's the god
think
for
Osiris is the dad god. And I think Ra is like a child of Osiris, maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And so right now, so his proof is that the Egyptian god from Asian mythology, for those of you who don't remember.
Yeah, that's where he's from.
Yeah, Nefertiti, who I don't know who that is, she was black because that's the way Ra made her. So the Asian mythology god made this girl black. Therefore, Egypt was black. That just logically follows, okay?
Makes sense.
Okay, so here's some more evidence. And I'm going to show you Egypt was a black land. King Tut was a black man because that's the way that Ra had made him. Oh, he's doing something really curious here because he's been saying how he's going to tell us. And now that when he's telling us, he's saying he's going to show us. And his show is also him telling. His show and tell. So even in the meta level, he's a poetic genius.
Taking it back to kindergarten on this.
Yeah,
one.
yeah. This is
Gonna have
back
show
to
and
basics. Okay.
tell.
How many times have you heard a
Show
Justin Bieber
and
song?
tell.
How many times have you heard a Justin Bieber song and you're thinking, man, this guy needs to get back to the basics. I can't understand what's going on. He's doing all this whisper singing because his voice is all lame now, and then or maybe he'll do some talk singing. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Covered in tattoos, looking like a idiot. Nobody wants to fuck that.
Not
Come on.
anymore.
Okay.
He had his chance.
Yeah, he had his chance to do the things that he wanted to do.
And he squandered
And
it by
now he's
pissing all
a loser.
over
That's right.
Everything.
We in this podcast believe that Justin Bieber is a loser.
It's bold claim, I know.
Yeah, bold claim. Well, this is I like Justin Bieber in the beginning, when he was a dumb little kid producing music that he didn't know what the fuck he was singing about.
Yeah.
My favorite part, if we can have a Yeah, do you remember the baby baby song and Ludacris comes in and Ludacris talks about like how he was a kid and this girl like would get him hard and he didn't need like Viagra or some shit, but he's singing but he's singing from the perspective that he was like in
That
like
he was
high
a
school or
child.
something, and it's like,
Yeah,
dude, you
yeah.
needed Viagra in high school? Do you like
Well, I think, well, I mean, it's actually more telling saying that like he needed Viagra at the time, because I assume he wasn't that old. Like, is he implying that he needs Viagra at the moment that he recorded it?
I
Like,
would assume so, yeah.
oh, that poor,
I mean, when you
poor
do a lot of
Luda.
drugs, your dick don't work good.
I guess
That's
yeah,
just
that's
that's just a
true.
byproduct of doing a lot of
It's
drugs. Is your dick has some
it's,
problems, and
it's a fact.
Ludacris, his dick, that's why he needed that bitch to get out of the way because his colostomy bag was full and he had to empty that shit.
Oh, so now he had his colon removed
Yeah,
for
he had to have
some
his colon removed, you know, in one of
I
those
see.
kinds of problems. Oh, what the
Naturally.
fuck? What are these dumb like steroids? Okay, now once we came from the southern lands so high, no, they think that we forgot. Remember the time. From the one in the west, these black people made their way. See them coming forth by day. And there we are.
Oh, wow. Hey, I see them. The
Yeah,
fog has
so
been lifted.
so
It's
I
painting the
mean,
picture.
I I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I
I
mean,
was hoping you would, because I'm like, am I the only one getting a
well,
little
okay, so
lost here?
there's like a
It's
fucking
getting a
like mountain
little.
range, I think, that like um there's like some mountainous shit in like right like where like fucking the sub-Saharan Africa starts.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking like he's talking about like black people from like Ethiopia and shit. That like they came up and like they made Egypt, I guess, is what he's saying. But
Like
like
they
also
traveled
from
from
the
the
one in the
south.
west. So like he's also talking about like North African
Hmm.
um blacks. Like from that were on like, you know, the Gold Coast or that were on
Right,
the top.
right.
I don't fucking know. Um, and they're just like flooding in. They're coming forth by day, or maybe he's talking about them coming into awareness. I don't know, but we get into some insanity here. As above, so below. This is how they built the stone. We have never been alone. This is the truth. Uh, I kind of feel like reading the lyrics, it's a
It's
lot less
so.
inspiring.
Yeah.
You know, when you listen to the song, it's
Because it
like
has
bootleg
the
Black Panther.
swelling.
You know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it has a swelling music in the background and Shaka's beautiful singing. You know, you just get kind of, it's like a siren song. You get entranced a little bit.
Yeah, you
And
get pulled in. You know, you're like, oh yeah, yeah, I do believe that. Yeah, fucking Nefertiti was black. Fucking whatever guy was black. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I don't know shit about Egyptian history. I'm not even gonna fucking pretend. And I appreciate his attempt to re-educate the world in whatever way he sees fit. Honestly,
It's bold. It's
it's just the
beautiful.
only problem here is that I feel like the lyrics they got like one or two things going on, and the other thing is nothing. And then the one thing that is going on is like half of like he's just been talking it up the whole time. He's gonna spit some truth, and then the truth
Right.
is just he just says that they were black, and that's it.
It's a
And
big
that's
old bomb, and
you
that's
know
all he's got.
I'm
He
waiting
has
for
no evidence
like
to back,
you
nothing to back it
know
up.
I'm waiting for like you know him to pull in some kind of like akashic record knowledge that he's like tapped into from you know
Uh-huh.
that Dr. Bigham has done this like extra dimensional research or some shit, you know,
Uh-huh.
like maybe Ra's gonna show up and do a fucking
Yeah.
verse or something, and then you
Yeah.
know that would provide be some evidence. But like he's
No.
just telling us shit, you know, that's
He's
not
kind of
evidence.
repeating himself over and over a lot.
Yeah, that's another problem. Yeah, so they built a stone. I think he's talking about the pyramids. I don't
Hmm.
know who built the pyramids. I apologize.
I
Uh,
mean, isn't it kind of like, is that a debated thing? I thought it was like
I think
a lot of
it's.
it was Jews,
I mean,
wasn't it?
I mean, that's like one of
Enslaved.
those things that they say is.
Is that like the
Oh,
biblical
Um,
take though? Like,
I don't know. A lot of the time, I think a lot of the things that I read about slaves doing like major architectural work is
uh-huh.
like the thing that comes up is like, why did they have? There's like some logs that a lot of like
Yeah,
I
I
see
remember you talking
reference
about that. Yeah.
that there was like why would they have I don't remember what the logs were about. Why would they have these if they were slaves? If they were slaves, they wouldn't have whatever these logs were. I kind of forget what they were related to. It
I
was
mean,
related to the workers doing the pyramid shit. And it's like kind of the same thing with like in Spider-Man. This actually comes up again, but in Spider-Man, Homecoming, the first one with the guy who's in the Marvel ones.
Okay.
Mary Jane says that slaves build the monuments in Washington, which, if you know anything about Marvel, no. Like, you're not going to have unskilled labor make a giant statue out of marble. That just doesn't make sense. And also, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
if you
strange.
search
Well,
into it, I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Now, if you're making the metaphorical argument, I would agree.
I mean, it could either be that, or it could be they just, instead of saying the White House, which was, they
Yeah, I mean,
just
they might
said,
have just fucked up.
they just said the wrong thing. They said the wrong structure. you
Yeah,
know?
and in the film, it's kind of funny because like she says that, and then like I think one of the teachers is like, "Wait, that's not true." And then there's like a guard, like a security guard there at the place, and
Mhm.
he's kind of
Mhm.
like like shaking his head like, "Don't question it" or something. But
Oh,
it's shot in a way to like make it like that character is right, and we're supposed to
right,
believe it,
right.
and it's like this is just stupid, you know? It's fucking Shaka Ahmose here put forth more evidence than that lady.
I hope someone got fired for that blunder.
I hope so. So I think oh well, no, the lyrics they actually we got some new lyrics. So if you can't see yourself, then it's true you've been misled. It got them lies all in your head. Let me help you out. And then at this point in the song, he starts singing a little differently. It becomes more powerful. And Egypt was a black land. King Tut was a black man.
I mean, it really that line does slap though.
Yeah, no, some of the parts of
Whereas-
this are great. Like the end here, it's like, I'm going to show you our history. It ain't no mystery. Just listen and you'll understand.
That's good.
You cannot hide what they can't deny, that Egypt was a black land.
And I bet, like with his pronunciation, he probably said, "You cannot hide what they can't deny."
Yeah, he does it in a way that like it just
Like
is
it
great. The song
rhymes.
is great. Lyrics
Flows
pretty
for-
weak. I'm unconvinced.
Oh, the fog got lifted on the lyrics, and now you're seeing.
Yeah,
how,
yeah, I'm seeing the lyrics for
how
what they
you've
really
been
are.
lied to by Shaka Ahmose himself.
Yeah, I was blind from the music video because I couldn't see what the fuck was going on because the aspect or the bit rate was like too low. And now I'm looking directly in the lyrics and I'm analyzing it, and I ain't seeing a lick of truth here. But I do appreciate that, the lyrics down here. We're just gonna skip ahead because these lyrics are fucking garbage. But if you do, then prepare for the challenges you face. My heart goes out to you, precious black boys and girls. And so, because he's talking, he's like, the truth's been revealed. Are you gonna go tell everybody that Egypt was black? Are you not gonna do that? But if you're gonna do it, then you got to know that people are gonna make fun of you and shit. And so he already knows the haters exist because you go to his YouTube video and man, every single comment is just racist as fuck. I promise you.
Oh, poor Shaka.
But he's the hero. He could have done better with providing some actual evidence for his argument, but unfortunately, he was out of the house that day.
Unfortunately, there isn't probably much evidence to find.
Yeah,
Unless
I
you're
don't know
looking-
shit about Egypt, but
unless
I
you're
sure
looking
as hell
for
don't know. From what my understanding is that there was a dynasty of Numidians or something, some black group of people that did rule Egypt at some point.
There's not, like,
Does that make
Nubian-
Egypt eternally a black land? I don't know.
I mean, it was at a time,
Yeah,
so his claims aren't wrong.
yeah. Egypt was a black. Yeah, if you because maybe
It
no,
was.
he is a genius
You know?
because he's
Like,
not
doesn't qualify.
saying Egypt was eternally a black land like I had thought. He is saying Egypt was a black
Yeah,
land.
at one time, right?
And at some time that is true.
Yeah.
And if that triggers, people who are upset by that, well, that reveals the fragility in their position more so than it does the ignorance in Shaka Ahmose's position.
Right.
I think this is the deepest that anyone has ever gotten into Shaka Ahmose's lyrical genius.
I think we've cracked the case. I think
Yeah.
Shaka's a free man now.
Yeah, we've broken. Yeah, he's actually free to roam the earth. He doesn't have to spread his message anymore. We've done it for him.
Yeah. And anyone who listens to this subsequently will be spreading the message as well.
Yeah.
They are ready to be made fun of endlessly.
I mean, I don't think you can find a single positive comment on that guy's video. I tried. I tried to leave positive comments, but no, all it does is a bunch of assholes.
It's like the opposite of any curated video where like all you see are positive, like you guys are doing great, but they're talking about like like executing everyone from like any country that's not yours.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why? I can't believe there's no pushback to this. Like, you're talking about just outright genocide. I think there would be someone who might be like, I'm not sure about this, but no, every comment is saying how great you guys are.
Yeah, they're all being held in comment purgatory, aka the YouTube system.
No.
Even comments that aren't meant to be there somehow end up there because their system is really good.
Just falls through the
Speaking
wrong
of really good things, Seven Rings by Ariana Grande. Where so you said that this was a sample of another song?
Yeah, so the beginning part, and I mean arguably, you know, the quote unquote catchier bits, the part that goes
Oh,
oh,
the My Favorite Things.
Yeah, it's My Favorite Things from The Sound of Music.
Okay, is The Sound of Music the one with the Nazi family?
Yes.
Fuck, man, I think
It's a good
the
one.
songs in that
That's
fucking
another
movie
pretty
are
good one.
some of the best ever.
They actually have, yeah, that's the one that has like, you are 16 going on 17.
Yeah.
Slaps. It has the Lonely Goat Herd.
Oh, I don't think I've heard that in
High on the
that
hill,
one
goat
actually.
herd, go-do-do-do-do, hee-hoo. It's a fun, goofy, catchy song, and it's all done with like marionettes. It's fun.
Wow. The
You
one
know,
that I
those
know
are
the most is
Sound of
the
Music.
So Long.
That's the
So
classic.
Long, Au revoir,
Yeah.
Auf Wiedersehen, Adieu.
So
The fucking the beat.
Well, it is and goodbye.
It's
Yeah.
so.
I hate to go and leave this pretty side.
It's such a strange. The whole movie is fucking weird though.
I mean,
Because it's like they're like, oh, here's my family, and my kids are so well behaved, like they're gonna go, and then the daughter's like, ooh, I'd like to stay and try my first drink or something. I don't know what the lyrics are, but that's basically what she says. And then he's like, no, and first she's like, yes, and then there's like this like kind of like a musical pause because like you can't edit a song visually, at least not at that time. Like that would just be improper. So like they have like so to like make it comedically funny, there's like a musical pause, and then he responds like no, that comes in with the music, and it's like it's just fucking perfect.
Yeah.
So that's great. Unlike Ariana Grande's music videos that are just schizophrenic Coomer fuel, I think.
Yeah.
Now, you were a Coomer. Do you think you could jack off to an Ariana Grande video?
No. I don't.
Is it because you don't find her attractive? Is it because you're racist?
Busy. Ooh, no, that's not. Neither of those.
What race is she? I actually don't know. Please tell me.
Well, okay, like I was saying pre-video, it's like there's this like running gag meme that's like following her from the beginning of her career, because I think she was a Disney star.
Yeah, she was on Victorious.
Yeah, I don't even know what that one is, but starting from that to like now, like her skin tone is drastically darker in current days than it was previously. So like people are saying that she's like hamming it up, you know, like leaning into being darker to I don't know,
she looks very
get
different.
More fans.
I mean, it's like this.
It's an odd tone for her body type, if that makes sense.
You know what it's like.
Some Annie Valley.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay, so to speak to that, she does kind of come off as like, and this is ignorant speaking, but if you've seen the anime, there's a type of girl that's drawn in anime where it's like the dark-skinned girl. And it's not that she's black, but like that she has some kind of like Filipino mix or something.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like a kind of trope that a certain kind of girl in anime will be drawn, where she is like just darker skinned, but she won't like be like ethnically. Yeah, like it's essentially is like it appears like almost kind of like a kind of blackface.
Blackface,
yeah, because like you don't look like you have like the bone structure, or like you have like
a Japanese person.
But or something. Yeah, it's weird.
Or, whatever like race that the canon of the thing is. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so like I don't know. Yeah, that's the same problem that I have. I think that like she looks like she was dipped in a vat of like tanning oil, and that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
grody to me. But like the video clearly is like I think in terms of the set, the clothes, it's all
Mhm.
Coomer bait. I mean, she's like multiple times she's like just has like a bra with like one of the straps off, and that alone is like pretty hot. But if you're like a Coomer and you're trying to jack off to the video, it's like cutting every fucking second to like some new shit, and you're trying to get a peek and you can't even do that. And if you're like, I mean, let's face it, if you're a Coomer brain, your reactions are probably shit. So there's no way you can slam the space bar in time to get them bra shots. Like you're just
Well,
fucked,
I mean, if they're if they're that hard up for coom material, wouldn't they just like, I don't know, go to Google Images or something? Like they're not gonna do it to
Well,
them.
because they got a special connection to Ariana Grande here. They order her
Okay.
drink at Starbucks, and they want to blast Coom
That's a good callback. They want to blast coom into the drink. They have
into
to
the
fill it
cup,
up.
and they pretend that it's her mouth.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little it has the cap on, and they have to make it into the little mouth hole. Like do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, but it's like a tiny like micro
The little,
lips mouth where it's like
yeah,
it's almost like a smiley face. It's just barely arched. Yeah, they
yeah.
try to shoot it in there, or
So
like
they
they
have to
like shove it up.
that.
Okay, this is
Well,
fucking
and they
weird.
like and they drew a face on the top.
Oh man, or
Like
like
lip
you
sync.
remember those potato wedges with the smiley face?
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Coomer is like, oh yeah, you take this. He's like smashing like a tube of them down his dick. Honestly, I don't even. We don't even need to read the lyrics or read them out. Let's just okay. What is this fucking verse first? Is there anything here? I mean, she's
Well,
just reciting the fucking the diamonds are my favorite. Is that what that song is? Or
well, no,
is that another
no.
song?
Saying, yeah, breakfast at Tiffany's and bottles of bubbles. Girls with tattoos who like getting in trouble. Lashes and diamonds, ATM machines. Buy myself all of my favorite things. This is the most disgusting thing I ever heard in my life, just because it's all like,
It's so vapid.
yeah, dude. Been through some bad shit. I should be a sad bitch. Who would have thought I'd turn me into a savage?
Wow, I actually didn't know that was the order. I thought she said I should be a savage, but I didn't know said it turned her into. This
Is
reads
so
like a
cool. This
Facebook
is
post.
so yeah,
This is like
yeah.
what somebody puts as they're like, what's like a more permanent status you have on Facebook? Kind of like, oh, I went
Like
to the
they're
school of hard knocks, or
yeah.
like that's what somebody has on there.
Oh my god. Oh, rather be tied up with calls and not strings. Write my own checks like I write what I sing. Yeah.
So is she
Yeah.
saying that she doesn't write her own lyrics? Because she probably doesn't know how to write. Do you think she's ever written a check? Do you think any celebrity's ever written a check?
Do you think any like millennials written a check? Actually, I have written checks, so I shouldn't. Like, I feel like most people don't write checks anymore. Unless you
I
have to
mean,
pay,
I wouldn't
unless
if
you have to pay
I
rent.
if I could avoid it. I mean, there's just nothing to go in here. This is just it's telling you all you need to know is that if you are a vapid,
Yeah.
stupid person who is concerned with material possessions, this song is for you. And is that what the original one is about? Is that or is there any like intangible aspects that she sings about in the lifted one?
In the what? What do you? The
Like, well,
originals,
whatever.
like the song.
What does she say?
My
Like,
my favorite things.
yeah, like is she just sing about like material possessions?
Are you kidding?
I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Okay, no, the original my favorite thing. She's like, talking about like dresses with buttons and uh, kittens with wet noses and like.
Oh
Just
yeah, I
goofy,
think I
stupid
kind of
stuff.
remember. Yeah, so it's like almost so in that way it's like
Just like the simple
infantile.
thing. Yeah, it's the yeah, pretty much. It's like the almost the opposite of this. Where it's
Yeah.
just the stupid random things in life, not buying shit and
So
money.
so we could say then that we have so if Jordan Peterson were here, he would say that this is an example of a cultural Marxist postmodernism And he would not be able to define any of what that means, but he would say that this is it. So he can't be here with us now because he's brain dead in Russia. But
is he still being holed up there?
I think he's actually brain dead like forever. He like
That
did like
is
some stupid.
awesome. Yeah, I knew about that.
He did some like super
Induced
bad
coma.
stick. I don't know.
He had to go to an induced coma to get over his pill addiction.
Yeah, he's got to slay that chaos dragon, man. He's slaying it in his dreams.
I guess he's gonna be slaying it for 5 ever now.
Yeah. You know what I hate is all the fucking bitches who are like, oh yeah, it's so horrible. You know what I say? I say fuck him. You know what? And fucking if Trump had something bad happen to him, if Pence had something bad happen to him, George Bush had something bad happen to him, fucking Obama had something bad happen to him, any other fucking person that has done material harm in the world because of their stupid bullshit, fuck them. Fuck the motherfucker. Who gives a fuck? You know? I'm not gonna pretend to somehow be all, respectful to him now that he's dead because he can't do anymore. I'm gonna fucking be cheering. Yeah, George Bush can't incite any more hatred against gays. Yeah, George Bush can't kill any more fucking people in Iraq. Like, why the fuck should we pretend? Like, because that is the fucking trap. That is the trap that we find ourselves in having to tolerate these inhuman monsters that constantly put more evil into the world by being like, oh, well, this is the mutual level of respect that we got to hold each other to. And then they abuse that to get away with their bullshit evil rhetoric and do harm to the world. And then somehow, we got to be the better people. We got to let them just get away with it because, that's what we do. It's like, fuck that shit. Fuck them. Fuck the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We need Shaka Ahmose come in here and tell them that their whole ancestors were black. That'll shake them up.
That'll get them.
Yeah, that'll get them.
That'll get them good.
Yeah.
Well, it's just it undoes the harm when you start going soft on them after something bad happens to them.
Yeah, because it's like, why should we be nice to them?
But it makes it less as noticeable going forward. Because
it's like, oh, it's really sad. People with addictions. Yeah, people do have addictions, and he was somebody who spoke to those people, and let's not pretend for a moment that he was qualified to do some of the things that he spoke on. He was not. He was the classic case that Socrates fucking experienced. I wouldn't say that he warned about, because Socrates wouldn't do something like that. But I'm going to say that is a warning. That when you have somebody who has a specific expertise in a field and then thinks themselves somehow such a fucking genius that they can go around in other fields, talking about how he's going to psychoanalyze a girl wearing lipstick as, sexually alluring people in the office, but then he's not gonna and you can see the bias because at no point does he visit the same critical awareness on men at all at any point.
Right.
And instead he actually believes men to be some kind of caveman creature because he thinks that you need to literally get in a man's face and argue with them and shout them down because their brains are too monkey brain to understand reason and logic. I mean, these are things that he's actually said. I don't know.
That's not even oversimplified either.
I could try to be as charitable as possible, but it's just, I just don't know where the reason is. But yeah, so the Ariana Grande's 7 Rings here. This is postmodernism that Jordan Peterson will say he can't be with us and fuck him. But I guess what are some more lyrics here? My wrist stop watching. My neck is flat. This is I feel like this is like the Fortnite song. I feel like this is how Fortnite people who play Fortnite's brains work. The lyrics just don't work in my head when I read them.
Everywhere.
Make big deposits. My gloss is popping. You like my hair? Gee, thanks. Just bought it. I see it. I like it. I want it. I got it. I
think I like how that sounds in the song, though.
Yeah, I actually do. I like the second part, that you like my hair. Gee, thanks, just bought it. I see it. I like it. I want it. I got it. I like how that works in the song.
Pretty catchy, yeah.
Yeah, I actually like that. But to speak to that are there people that they want that? They want to be. I mean, there are. They want to be able to literally immediately satiate their impulses. And that's why I think this song is the pure Coomer Brain song. Because it's I want it, I got it. There's just no, I don't know offhand the specific writings on this, but I feel like there is a part that Nietzsche at some point has written about the importance of the delay the actualization of a desire. I mean, he's done it in the inversion by talking about like, when you live in an attractive coast for long enough time, you no longer are enamored with it, and as the quote goes, some distant shore attracts our avarice. And then he ends it by saying possessions are usually diminished by possessing. Is that once you have the thing, you no longer want the thing.
Right.
And if there is no time, if there is no hurdle in your wanting of something to then obtaining that thing, then you spend more time with the owning of it. Like you just have to constantly then like possess new things. You just get to do that.
Right.
You don't get the experience of ever having to make a choice of what you choose to pursue or not. And like that is, I think, one of the most crucial aspects to being human. And then we have a song, and this is why I actually hate the song in terms of like ideology, is because it's just like, I can have anything I want, she's saying. And this is like a dream that many people hold. But I think in becoming a better human being, experiencing the delay in satisfaction that's required in achieving truly great things is one of the most necessary steps in doing that. And this is why, Coomer brains who watch the video just probably don't get it. Because they're just too busy trying to find, bra shots to coom to. Chorus. That's the pre-chorus.
Yeah.
And we got the chorus, which is just, I want it, I got it. And then she repeats it.
Just that ad nauseum.
Yeah.
And she also repeated, "You like my hair?" Gee, thanks. Just bought it.
Yeah, that part.
That's strange.
That part makes me just feel like she is like artificial and fake.
Right.
I mean, like her tan is like fake, and her like makeup and everything just looks so done up that it's like, where's the like I haven't seen the real Ariana Grande in like fucking 15 years, like
Yeah.
And she was always like a weirdo when she was on that show anyway. I don't know if, and based on, if you ever seen that video where like her assistant has to tell her to clap and change, and like, because like she doesn't know what's going on. I don't know, was she on drugs that day or something? She's just like staring.
Yeah.
And she couldn't hear to clap. And then like her assistant touches her like thigh or something, and then she starts clapping. But like all the people are looking in one direction, and Ariana Grande is just staring forward like a lunatic.
So funny. Where was it? Where was this?
This is at an award
like
show.
An award show? Okay.
Yeah, somebody had won something, and everyone's like looking at the monitor, and they're all clapping or whatever. And then Ariana Grande is just like sitting there, and she's not clapping. She's not doing anything. And then like somebody touches her on the thigh, and then she starts clapping, but she's still staring forward like a lunatic.
She's just so strung out. So according to Genius, an annotation says that she started wearing a lengthy ponytail with extensions because she had damage to her natural hair.
From all the tanning, like.
Oh, fucking no.
Like,
I'm not gonna have
that feels like, you know what, that was written in there so that people would be like, wow, she's really suffered for her art. She's hashtag damaged. Ariana Grande, she's more damaged than Jared Leto's Joker. Yeah, true. Whenever I see a thing like that where it's like, oh, like this celebrity started doing this because they had this problem, and I'm just like, oh wow, person with money was able to deal with their problem with money. Whoa! Like it's it's like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I wipe my ass with toilet paper when I shit. Oh.
Right.
It's like, well, yeah, no fucking duh. If you have the ability to do something, it's not impressive when you do it. This is why I don't give a fuck when billionaires give away their money. It's like, wow, the bar is so low for you billionaires that if you just give away a couple million, suddenly you're the king of the world. Everybody loves you. Like,
yeah, I mean that's just PR.
Yeah, right. But there's so many fucking idiots buy into it.
Opinions, yeah, I know. I don't know what can be done about that. Like, how can people be reconditioned?
Oh,
I mean, that's
just beat them up.
It should just be expected.
Yeah,
rich people
ideally.
do these things. Like, what the fuck?
Verse 2 is pretty good. A little bit. Just because I like that she says, what is it? Wearing a ring, but ain't got no misses. Bought matching diamonds for 6 of my bitches. But I always hear the song. I've never actually heard the song uncensored because I only hear it on the radio.
Oh, okay.
So all I ever hear is six of my, and then
Blankies.
yeah, blankies, unfortunately. And I like hearing, this is once again relating back to the Jordan Peterson cultural Marxist postmodernism. Ariana Grande is singing the lyrics that traditionally are things that would be said by a man. A woman would not have a missus. This is unless she's if she's gay, I don't know. I feel I've Jordan
Wait,
Peterson is dumb.
You're reading it wrong.
Am I?
Wearing a ring, but ain't gonna be no.
Oh, ain't
missus.
going to be.
She's
Oh,
she's
see,
not going to be a
see,
missus.
because when I see this is the problem when I listen to songs on the radio because I hear it
You have
as
like your
yeah.
perception or whatever.
Yeah, I hear it on the radio because like I don't know, radio transmissions are like not good quality, and then the radio in my car is also bad.
Right?
So like what I hear is like I don't have a missus, but then also she's like speaking in like not human speak.
Right.
Like
well,
this is like Shaka Ahmose is fucking singing to me.
Yeah.
Like ain't gonna be no missus. Like
just to try to fit all those.
I don't know. I would challenge people to listen to lyrics in that section and tell me what they hear, because that's not what I hear. And maybe if I listen to better speakers, I hear it better. But I feel like how Ariana Grande sings, but then those lyrics, it just doesn't come out good.
She puts on a kind of a goofy accent when she sings some of these songs.
Yeah, she sounds like somebody who's coming off like some kind of like bender of something. Like she's got problems.
It's like it's inauthentic. It feels. I don't know.
Yeah. The rest of these lyrics, she wants a bunch of stuff as red bottoms. I don't know what the fuck red bottoms.
I think retail therapy, my new addiction.
Retail.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't even fucking know.
It's in the same verse too.
Yeah, well, the rest of it sucks. So we got some pre-cum, post-cum chorus stuff. I just bought a crib for the closet. Yeah, who gives a fuck? And I think the funny thing is that like we have like songs about this, but like there's like a fucking gulf of difference between like a celebrity who makes a lot of money and then like actual rich people. So I always think it's funny that like, you have Ariana Grande singing this song that's like, yeah, I'm rich. I bought a fucking house for a closet. And like, yeah, she probably is rich enough to do that. But like, she is like a fucking ant compared to like, the top 10 richest people in the world. Like, it's not even comparable.
This is just what like poor people think rich people
are
like.
or like fetishized in a way that's like, that's what I would be like if I were rich. And it's like, if you were like this, you would burn out in a because year.
Exactly. If you had that mentality, you wouldn't be rich. That's kind of the part of the point.
Yeah, exactly. Because like if you had this mentality, you'll never be rich because you're just buying too much dumb shit.
Yeah, you'll
like,
never accumulate enough.
Like the point of the song is that you need to be wealthy enough to afford your bad habits. Yeah. And she just happens to be that. Although I would say Ariana Grande, out of all like the current pop stars, is probably the most prolific and consistent. Like, I mean, because she's had like bangers for like fucking so many years now.
Yeah.
Like that. What's that song with like Head in the Clouds, whatever, My Shoulders. Better off without you song, or so I don't know what the lyrics are, but that song was a fucking banger. That song came out like fucking 2014 or some shit.
Got me working side to side.
Yeah, that song's just lewd as hell. I don't know what she's talking about though.
I don't know what that means though. I still to this day I want to know what
okay, so have you seen the video?
Means. I think I've seen like a minute of it.
Okay, so Nicki Minaj, she sings about riding a literal cock bicycle.
Yeah.
Here's my hot take on what's going on. My hot take is that she's talking about, she's so prolifically sexual. She doesn't have time to take off her underwear. She's just moving them side to side. Oh. She's just fucking everybody, or a dick bicycle, as Nicki Minaj says. And that's my theory on that song.
That's a really good take. I think you're definitely onto something.
Yeah. So when the lyrics come in side to side, that's just what I think about.
Well, we should put that on the list. I think we need to look up that.
Yeah, we might need to figure out what's really going on. There might be deeper shit going in. We probably might have spent more time talking about other things because this song is so fucking boring and straightforward.
Well, it's just so vapid.
Yeah.
It's so empty. What are we supposed to
Yeah.
extrapolate from it?
Yeah, so if you like this song, I apologize.
It's a catchy song.
Hopefully
but,
we gave you something to mull over in your Kuma brain.
jack off to.
Yeah. Verse
No.
3 is weird. In verse 3, she like does like rapping or something. Is she like? I felt like this sounded like another song I heard. Like she's
I would
raps in
have
a
to
specific
look it up.
style. Have you heard?
Yeah.
Right? Am I crazy?
I've heard this song. This actually, I listened to this album a while ago. It's actually a pretty decent, for like pop music. It's a pretty good
Yeah,
album.
it's chewable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's palatable. I don't know this part though.
Yeah,
I'll
this
listen to
part makes me think of like a little girl who's too short to see the top of like a table. And she's like desperately trying to jump up to like a height that she just isn't at yet, you know?
Okay, I see. Yeah,
Like, and I'm not
following.
saying that she's bad, but it just like the way she
She's
does
like
it.
overreaching.
Yeah, she
She's
just
like-
comes off as like too childish sounding, which I guess is like if
Yeah.
you're like a lolicon, that's kind of hot.
Yeah, I think that's part of her.
But there's just like a kind of infantile nature to Ariana Grande that really makes me kind of grossed out. And I feel like this part really highlights that. And so yeah, that was 7 rings. I give it 1 rings out of 7.
Well, hey, that's better than no rings.
Although it has some funny moments.
It's a catchy pop song.
I think it's saved and
and
added. So like a lot of songs are saved, by like maybe the lyrics are really good, maybe the music is good, maybe there's like a
Yeah.
cool section. I think what saves 7 rings from being like garbage is that it has saved an attitude.
It's true.
Like the attitude that she has. Like she is just fully
She's a
a
boss
vapid
bitch, dude.
whore.
She's a boss
I mean,
bitch
she
with
isn't a
some
whore in that
guts.
song. I don't think she fucks anybody in the song. But we can use her other material to bring in justification. They're like, hey, you're probably kind of a whore,
It's canon.
And I don't care if anybody else can do whatever they want. I just have my own personal judgment for what I prefer for, somebody that I'm looking at.
Mhm.
And, I'm not going to go, I don't even know. Fuck it. She's a whore.
Yeah, that
You know
one,
what?
that one fell apart a
And
little
there's
bit.
no way I can work myself out of that one. That's just
Yeah.
it. You
Yeah,
go on the
it's-
internets in your underwear, you're probably a whore.
Also, pretty
Yeah.
true, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, what do we got? What is the last song here? What are we gonna learn about?
Did you want it? What did we learn about?
No, I don't know what it.
What are we going to learn about?
Anthropocene.
So, do you know what the Anthropocene is?
It's like a period in some kind of history of the Earth.
I mean, it's like the current one, I guess. It's
Oh,
like
is that
the
what that is?
time
So
of
it's
man.
so it's
like
now
the
Earth
of
time.
something. Yeah.
Okay. Samsa. Now that is not just what the villagers say in Age of Empires 2 when you play the Vietnamese. Am I correct?
Apparently, it's also an artist.
Oh, interesting.
I personally don't know who Samsa is. I've heard some of Atlas.
I don't know what any of these things are.
No, they're 2 artists. Past that, I guess we're just gonna have to see what we can glean from this.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this is. I've never even heard this song. I don't know. We can.
Oh,
we
this
can-
was a viewer. It was a viewer request. This is why we're reviewing this, by the way. So neither of us has a dog in this race.
Yeah, I don't know
so
what's going on.
we're,
I don't know.
just
Do you want
gonna dive
to
into
swap
it.
off on this one?
Yeah, sure.
Oh fuck! Verse 1 is fucking huge.
Yeah, I know. That's this guy. How he he like sing rap or no, sorry, he talk raps. Where like he doesn't rap, but he just says things really fast. So
Oh,
he
okay.
can fit a lot of garbage into one.
Hopefully,
bar, as it were.
if we're sifting through, we find some good pieces in the vomit.
I think he's a good maybe he's a good lyricist.
I hope so.
I always knew that we'd be by each other's side forever. Now our time has come, and I'd be satisfied if we died together. Yeah, Our climate's fucked. We might as well enjoy the weather. Our time is up, and I'd be satisfied if we died together.
Oh, that's pretty depressing. So
Uh,
we're is this like a dinosaur? So if you didn't tell me anything, I would assume that this was about dinosaurs.
you think it's a dinosaur?
That's what I
Well,
would have thought.
I think it's they're I'm just looking forward, and you might not be far off, because
Oh, yes.
I was thinking, it's about like climate change.
Yeah,
And
well, yeah, and that's also what I
you know,
thought too.
the climate's fucked, but I like your take better. It's about dinosaurs, and like it's the dawn of the Anthropocene, and they're just like, oh my god, what's going on? And maybe it's kind of like we're experiencing what the dinosaurs did before the aliens came down and infected the world with the human disease.
Yeah, yeah. Gay frog AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't even know. I'll just read till I get bored.
Okay.
All this talk of greenhouse gases got me tack to turn. Let's talk. Fuck. Let's just stick our tongues out in the poison rain and let the acid burn. When the Earth swings out of orbit, we can spin in circles on the grassy ferns and just pretend to watch its axis turn. And on the bright side, if the sun explodes before our April break, then we won't have to do our tax return. Oh, fuck.
So dumb.
That one was that. Oh boy, you were just riding that. He was just riding the edge of that rhyme scheme for so long, and then he goes to tax returns, and it fucking just falls off the cliff.
Drops it.
Oh fuck, he had me for a little bit.
Oh, I guess. Oh wow. So it's taciturn, acid burn, axis turn, tax return.
Romantic terms. And then I think he ends it, looks like.
Oh yeah.
So I guess the last one. Here's the way I see it. If we're
Yeah.
gonna die, let's do it on romantic terms. So this has to be at least
If you-
human in some respect, because we're talking about human invented months, right?
Yeah.
They don't, and an April break. Why would dinosaurs be on break? When dinosaurs don't have jobs.
When have you ever seen in the museums a T-Rex doing his taxes? I've never.
You know, you raise a good point. I'm beginning to think less and less that this is about dinosaurs.
It's yeah, but it just seemed like it. I mean, the climate's fucked, and talking about them dying together.
So this reminds me of like a lot of that like early 2000s 90s songs where the lyrics were literally just existed to rhyme and they made no fucking sense at all.
Right.
And now here we're making some sense.
Yeah.
It's just a
yeah.
little loose. You know, maybe we'll
A little
get
loosey-
somewhere
little
with it.
loosey-goosey with it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So here's the way I see. Oh wait, no, we already did this. Okay, so
Like we
like
could.
yeah, yeah. Like we linger on the boardwalk, watch tsunamis from the turf shore. I'll go get my board shorts and you could bring your surfboard. Maybe we'll hold hands as we get swallowed into Earth's core, or we could sing a Christmas carol like a little chorus choir. What?
Probably a chorus core, maybe.
He had to
He
pronounce
says
that
it goofy,
differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buy 1,000 Christmas trees lit up from a forest fire and watch the prancing, dashing comets blitz into the forest pyre. Not the reindeer, but the kind that killed the brontosaurus prior. All its dino peers, and if the ice age hits, then we could be rancheros on the high frontier. Oh, because it prior. Anthropocene pioneers and melt each other's hearts on the oh, this goes on forever. Okay, I'll stop here. Holy fucking shit. This is like it like wavers in and out of like so fucking rough to like I don't know.
Well, it just feels like a lot of the like beginning and middle parts are just the sinew that connects the rhyming words.
Yeah.
Like I think he just
You
has
are
a bunch of
correct.
words that he wanted to rhyme, and then
And
okay,
then
how
what
do
he
we
writes
get to
between,
them?
yeah, you are correct.
You know,
Like, yeah, he had words that he wanted to rhyme, and then the material between them are just the words that you need to build the bridge there, and sometimes the
Yes.
bridge is very rickety.
yes, yes.
And I think another thing I'm kind of getting with this is that this is a specific rhyme scheme that a lot of poetry kind of works off of. Like if you've ever read any Lord Byron or like any like very like here's a poem, it uses this
Yeah.
exact kind of rhyme scheme where you
Yeah.
end the last word of whatever you've said consistently, or you rhyme the last word of every other sentence, and then
Mm-hmm.
and it gets a little more complicated with that. So he's doing that. So this is like a traditional poem, and it wouldn't surprise me if that's what this is. Like he like writes out a poem, and then it's like,
Yeah.
well, I got to perform it now, and it's like, how do I fucking make this flow lyrically? And that's
Right.
probably where like the sing-song speaking
Yeah, this
singing
is a very
comes
good
in.
point. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I've never even fucking heard the song, so I'm
No,
just
but how you described it makes a lot of sense because I mean that's most of his music that I've I almost have had to listen to that I've listened to.
that I was made to listen to when I was bolted down into a chair against my will.
It's like when I don't know what like movie or show it's from, but like when they have the person like strapped to a chair and their eyes are held open with
Oh,
those
you're talking about
metal things. I don't know
oh,
what the
it's a
original,
Kubrick film. Fuck.
not Space Odyssey or whatever.
Now I gotta look it up. Oh, I almost have it. Clockwork Orange. Yes, a
Oh,
Clockwork
okay.
Orange. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
It
they like
like retrain him or whatever.
they like fuck it
Is he-
they like fuck his brain or unfuck his brain because he's like pretty fucked up in the movie.
Well, isn't does he have like MPD or something or is
No,
schizophrenia?
I mean
Things?
he's like abused in the movie. Like it's shown that he's like abused by some government worker that's supposed to be like helping him not have problems.
Hmm.
But it's like it's one of those things where it's not like you don't see it. Well, so the most glaring evidence in the movie is that the guy is like in his underwear and he's supposed to be a kid, but the actor's like fucking 24 or some shit. And then the
Yeah.
government dude is there and they're both sitting on a bed, and then the main guy like lays back, or he's laying back in the bed, and then the government guy like takes his hand and like just slaps it over his fucking cock. And
Oh.
then the guy like sits up, and then you kind of view it's played off in a way that's like not bad or like not abuse, but like clearly this is not appropriate. And then
Yeah.
there's another scene later on that mirrors what happens to him, with some other things, but it's comparing characters in action against setting, and it's kind of easy to miss. It's one of those things where it's like you might have missed it, but your brain didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, as with every Kubrick movie. So fuck, I forgot where we were. We got Turf Shore in the Turf War. Oh yeah, okay. And melt each other's hearts on thawing glaciers in the cryosphere. The worst part is this wasn't always something that we couldn't stop. Like we live through every benchmark. I remember me and you read every update about sea levels on our desktop. Oh my fucking god. Oh my
I
god.
found the
This
new.
has to sound better not read.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
clearly it's about climate change, and they weren't making, they weren't, they were these two people were just aware of it. It wasn't something that you couldn't always not stop, but now, whatever the
Now they
point of
feel like
this,
it's gone too
this
far.
the
Yeah.
lyric story, yep, it's too far, can't turn back, shit's fucked. You can't sell your home to Aquaman, that kind of shit.
Who said that you should just sell your home? Was that
The Ben Shapiro
Shapiro?
said that like
Yeah.
when sea levels rise, people will just
Just
the
sell
markets
your
will
home and
stabilize by
move.
people selling their homes and moving to higher ground.
What the fuck does that?
Yeah,
Yeah, the mer people in the lost city of Atlantis are gonna be happy with having more
more real
buildings
estate to work
move
with, more
into.
homes. They would love to have some of those shitty human houses that were made to be not underwater. Oh man, I don't even fucking know. Oh, what have we got up? Oh, so if we can't save us, maybe we could save the future from environmental deadlock. Maybe in an era when we're settled into bedrock, later Civ would dig us out and we'd make headlines. Heck, we might even make a TED talk.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Oh man, that one
That line
hurts.
hurt. That one hurts a lot.
That one, I actually feel pain. I might have to go
That
to the
one,
hospital.
that one slaps my dick and balls.
Oh, yeah, I'm kicked in the. Okay, so have you heard? Fuck, what is this band
It's
about?
so cringy.
Fucking Goliath. There's like a fucking song by some screaming like British wanker that's like
Okay, okay, I'm
he like
interested.
yells out like stop or something. Or no, it's fuck, I'm like really having a hard time remembering the lyrics. British song guy yells stop. I don't fucking know.
I think you're gonna get it. I think.
Oh fuck. It's a fucking like rap song.
Was it like popular?
It actually thinking about it now, it wasn't like on the radio or nothing, but
Mhm.
it sounds a lot like I think what's that? There's like a dumb band with like with lyrics. This is a metal band, and the song sounds similar to this one, where they're
Mhm.
like drowned or something. Where it's like we throw ourselves against the wall. Fuck, I don't know. I can't remember it. But anyway, there's like this British wanker rap band, or it's not a rap band, but like he kind of like it's about climate change and like you know
Mhm.
uh, can't turn back and shit like that. And
Yeah.
it's oh I know what it's called Juggernaut. Uh yeah, Juggernaut song. See this song. This is like the what the fuck is this dumb shit? Enter Shikari Juggernaut. Oh Juggernauts. Yeah.
I'm the Juggernaut song. Wait, it's just all fucking
Yeah.
comic
So
book
this
shit.
this is an old song that's about climate change. That's like, oh yeah, like, you know, we're not invincible. We gotta like save the planet and like fucking don't let lakes and rivers dry up because you can't eat fucking money bills or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And and yeah, it's like it's pretty good. It's I don't know if any of the other songs are actually good at all, but you know this one just hits the point. And I feel like both these songs are doing the same thing, but this one is just like here's my poetry.
Right, right,
Like
right,
this is
right.
this guy's TED talk,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's just it's really struggling with me.
Yeah, dude, I know.
Oh, let's churn through this, okay? And we could write a note like, "Don't fuck up your planet. Please look at how things turned out for humanity." And maybe they would read it, or maybe they would use our carbon molecules and particles from follicles as fossil fuel. Oh my fucking god. Oh, and maybe it's impossible to change things, but we can try them anyway. Be carbon complex renegades and then decay, and
Uh,
I would hold you near as we're infected by the Zika or Ebola scares, get smoldered by a solar flare, or iced out with the polar. Oh my fucking god!
that was pretty good.
Oh
It's just like
no! Oh.
it's like you're that horse and you're just getting hit over and over. Never stops. This song's almost 5 minutes.
Holy fuck! I there's a song. Fuck, you know the band The Postal Service?
Yeah.
The Postal Service does music that's really similar to this with like lyrics that are just kind of like it's like somebody's like journal poetry, you
Uh-huh.
know? Like it's not in the typical pop poetry where it works in a way that you can ignore it. Like this kind of writing makes too many maybe he says it fast enough where you miss it, but it
Yeah.
just it stumbles too much for you to let it sink into you without having to maintain like it doesn't pull you into awareness of like whoa what did he just say, like
Right,
that's what pop
right.
music does best is that it lulls you
Yeah,
into a kind of complacency in listening
yeah,
to it where you almost don't even need to pay attention to it to experience it,
yeah,
but this
that's
kind
fair.
of writing style forces you to pay attention to it because it's so fucking awkward. And that's kind of how the
Mm-hmm.
Postal Service songs work. Except the Postal Service is also like really poppy and they're like the jingle jangles.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, I don't know anything about music, so all I can do is point to other things and be like, it's like that
Oh, that's still
because I'm an
knowing
invalid.
something.
Oh, so we got lyrics too here. Oh, so this is Atlas. So that was that Samsa? So that was Samsa.
No, oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
Sam's.
now we got verse 2 Atlas, unless it's lying to us, you know.
Yeah, no, I guess, yeah. I thought it
So
was Atlas for all of it, but
do you think these are like this is gonna be like the other like so before the lyrics? I'm not even looking at them. They're on the screen. You can read them, but
yeah.
do we think this is gonna be like the other person? You know, like because like clearly the first person they were singing to like another person in some relation. Like you know we could die together. Like that's something you say to like some significant other. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think that this person is gonna be that person, or do you think this is just gonna be a whole new take?
Well, the first one says it's Samsa and Alice. It's both of them singing together, I guess.
Oh yeah, you're right. So
Like
we already
next to each other. So
I'm wasting my time asking my dumbass question. We should already know.
Yeah, you answered your own question. I
Okay,
guess they were saying
well,
it to each other.
yeah. So I guess this is Alice. Oh, I don't know. Do you want to do this one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll
Okay, good
carry
luck.
the burden. You and I could be capsulated inside a space the size of a minute raisin in quiet and
Yeah.
icy stasis. Sometimes I get quiet and quit.
Oh, I always have to pause.
You know. And when the fires slay our cryogenic hideaway, we could try to lie awake and dream about the finer days. Before the roads and paths were frozen, ashen plains, and the cities turned to itty-bitty rows of crashing planes. Cracking pavement through the sad arrangements, broken after stains. Well, I know where the rhyme is going to be now. Of blood and decimation, separating bones and mass from brains, when the days of olden pass decay and exit through the years. So, I mean, it's just saying that like everything's just
This is just like the
a
apocalypse.
Yeah, it's
The
post-apocalypse.
apocalypse
Yeah,
of like
so everything
the
is
climate,
shutting down.
which isn't really what climate change would really lead to, but you have to make it seem a lot more
It has to
crazy.
be a lot dramatic, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's not like it would be like a disaster movie that
Everything's just
like it just
exact-
it isn't
yeah.
something that like affects everybody all at once. Like planes
Yeah,
aren't gonna
exactly.
crash out of the fucking
Yeah.
sky.
Yeah, I
You know,
That's what I'm
it's
like,
just that life is gonna get more and more harder for more people, and it's gonna get shittier, and people are gonna die, and until you know, humanity is like pretty fucked in a lot of ways.
we're gonna run out of burrito coverings.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of burritos, and that's gonna be fucking bad.
We're gonna have
We're not gonna have Chipotle, what's the Qdoba, Chipotle. We're not gonna have two of the same stores on every block anymore. How are we gonna survive as humans?
It's gonna be the worst. Those are essential. Those are essential businesses.
Those are
dude.
essential services and businesses. Those workers are essential. They need to make me their shitty quesadillas that are 99% one type of cheese that is flavorless and awful.
Isn't that like? I've just come to terms that like this is the world that we live in where people just like are incapable of making their own food. But like, isn't it just crazy that like that's considered an essential job?
Oh,
Fast
like,
food.
fast food. Oh yeah, that is pretty crazy, right? Those are still open.
That's like that's something that has to stay. Like there's a local. I mean, it's local to like our area. Culver's. They just have a drive-through. Like they don't do dine-in anymore. And there's almost consistently a line going out to the street,
Holy
like
fuck.
through their parking lot. I'm like, but again, like that's like normal service because if there were people that were dining inside, they just wouldn't be sitting in the drive-through waiting. They'd just be inside. But it's like, man, what are you people doing? Come on. Like I'll still get fast food every once in a while, but like, I don't need it. Like I wouldn't, I wouldn't be protesting, making sure that people do that.
Yeah, like
Just go get your own food. Just go
like
fucking work for
you have you seen like the news video about like a Popeye's chicken runs out of chicken
yeah,
and all those people are like, I gotta feed my how we gonna feed my kids?
Yeah, shit like that. It's like, dude, what the fuck? This is America.
And like I think I do understand a little bit what the lady was saying, because it's like if you like let's say like, oh hey, like Popeyes is having a deal, you heard
Right.
about the awesome deal, hey like let's go to Popeyes afterwards, and you find out they don't have money. Yeah, you are inconvenienced, and that's pretty fucking annoying, right? Like I understand that, but like how they like cut it makes it look like she's like relying on fast food to eat her family.
Right. Well, I think some people unfortunately do
Yeah, that's
that.
all. That part is also true. I'm just trying to think about it in whatever that lady's most charitable
Actually
circumstances, because
experiencing.
all we
Well,
have to
sounds
go
like
on is like 2 seconds of video clip from a very racist news video.
how am I gonna feed my family? Holy guacamole.
Oh, I don't even. Where the fuck were we on these lyrics? Did we
So
even
in the
talk about? Oh
case,
yeah, it was about the
yeah,
apocalypse.
it's just they're painting like this epic movie
Apocalyptic
portrayal
vision.
of yeah. We can lay in fields of shattered glass and question why we're here. If so many left this planet without any second chances, why did we awake one morning to a separate time of cheer? Wait,
I'm fucking confused.
so like it's things are okay now?
I don't know.
But the queries tend to drift and fade as eeriness can slip away. And hearing me, the loneliness demotes itself to in your face.
What?
I'm so
That
the other I think it was this has to be a different person because like the other guy was at least making some
this
sense.
is that is the lonely and hearing me. The loneliness demotes itself to in your face.
The most so
What?
so is he saying that he went from like being sad and lonely to being a dick and like in your face? Like he like stooped to a different level?
But
Don't
like
he's fighting the
loneliness. Okay, let's take it from the word of the beginning. So if somebody left this planet without any second chances, why did we awake one morning to a separate time of cheer? But the queries tend to drift and fade as eeriness can slip away. Adhering me, the loneliness devotes itself to in your face. Awareness of surroundings like photographs and picture frames. I'm glad to know it's only you and I among the flicking flames. That is fucking awful.
What the fuck does any of this mean?
Yeah, I'm fucking lost. I can't make a lick of sense of that. I think the closest we got to is like what you said, where it's like now he's like a dick.
Yeah, he's just
Like the kind
lashing
of
out.
pettiness and competition that sets in when resources are scarce. But this sounds like it's coming more
Yeah,
out of
you're
like,
very charitable with that, but
yeah, I don't fucking know. Like, and hearing me the loneliness demo, like this is just something that just doesn't make logical consistent sense, because it's like there is okay, like, oh, my lonely, like, so like let's say you felt happiness. Oh, my happiness has been demoted. Oh, demoted
right,
to what? And you think, oh,
right.
he's sad now. Like you would understand that.
That's
But like
logical.
loneliness demotes itself to in your face.
Like he's
Like so loneliness has been demoted, and now he's not alone, but he's like confrontational.
I mean,
Is
but
that it?
no, I think like the fact that he is lonely puts him into a different place because like the loneliness demotes. Oh wait, no. Oh
I don't.
no. The um maybe even time can take a couple.
Go, keep going.
Maybe even time can take a couple minutes off, and we can live forever while the planet is eclipsed in fog. It might boast disaster, dear, but we can sing a different song, and use the White House pillars as a mighty builder's Lincoln logs. Make games of shoots and ladders out of real shoots and ladders. It's the way he sings that, like he's so proud that he came up with. It's just like a really comical line. It's like it hurts me. In an old apartment complex, like we even knew it mattered, though. Fuck. Through the battered, beaten, broken bones and factories and open homes. I'm sure we'd survive enough to see the moons of Saturn solving puzzles of the universe from Jupiter to Mars. So they're in the future now, like floating around in space.
Yes.
We'd survive enough to see the moons of Saturn solving puzzles of the universe from Jupiter to Mars. Playing scientists to try and say we flew there in our cars. So it's like in their brain, I guess. Like, maybe it's not all bad. The scenic view's bizarre. Watching hydrogen Neptune snow dissolving from the stars. And I never thought I'd say this, but frankly, it's been peaceful to escape from that distasteful state of hate, deceit, and evil. Sure, a planet to ourselves is quite a journey for two people, but the only time I'm happy is the time I get to see you. Aw.
I hate this
That's
song.
cute. isn't it
I
really?
hate this is
It's a really
like you know what this reminds me of? Okay,
what
have
does it
you've
remind
never
you?
read House of Leaves, right?
No,
Okay.
no, no.
So House of Leaves is like it leaves is like a book within a book within a book that's based on that's a story written about a fucking 5 minute like video. And
All right.
but the
Oh
books
my God, what's happening?
but the book's ultimate story is like a love story of like the third layer characters. And it's done in a way that like yeah, I do appreciate that. Like and I think that's actually like correct because that's how the story the only story thread that's left ends. Everything else in the book is like a little too incoherent. Like the main character goes on a drug thing and dies or something. I don't fucking know. I don't quite
Yeah,
remember. It's fucking kooky. But like
like
that's what's like
interesting.
going on here. Is like you wrote this song about this other shit. But like none of the shit that he wrote or these people wrote in any way is meaningful or interesting. It's all too like fucking esoteric or
Yeah.
vague or just it lacks a quality of relation. So I think that's why I find it almost pathetic to then have to then like at the last second bring in this kind of like if the world were just you and I as like fucking ethereal ghost people, we could see out all of like existence and Earth, and if we didn't have all these problems or whatever,
Hmm.
but we have these problems, so the Earth is gonna get fucking climate changed and we're all gonna fucking die, and like, and I think that it it's like you're writing a song about a problem and it's like fuck I have no way to sell the song because I have no way to make it meaningful in a way that's like relatable to a regular human, so now I have
Right.
to work in some like relationship lines as like a
Yeah,
like because
yeah,
like that line it just
yeah.
stands out like a sore thumb,
I
and
know.
it
Yeah,
is cute but it just
yeah.
doesn't
It
belong.
doesn't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not
And then it just goes back to the
worth
hook
it.
and it's like oh we satisfied and we die together. It's like I don't fucking know. Are they go? So what do you think? Do you think that's like because
I
like
think
Atlas
they're.
changes the whole fucking script here?
I think they're like in their head, like thinking they're gonna like they're like it's like make believe. They're like children. Like they're like playing shoots and ladders and fucking talking about like play it says playing scientists to try and say we flew there in our cars. Like they're like just make fake believing in this apocalyptic nightmare that they're living in. I
Yeah, I
guess
mean,
the
there is
world that they made in their
that's like
own
a problem of
head.
it is that yeah, it is like in
Like
the
I think
head and like
they're living in their
predictive,
apocalypse. What?
and but it's like at least the first person kind of makes a lick of sense.
Yeah, yeah.
The second one, I am fucking. It just feels. I don't know if to say generic, but like when I understand
It's
it,
the
I feel like
whole
it's not saying
complaint.
anything I haven't heard before when I get to
Yeah.
Atlas. And when it is saying things I haven't heard before, they're fucking bewildering. Like I'm fucking lost.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like I pulled some like crazy shit out of my ass and I am digging as deep as I can right now and I ain't got nothing.
It's funny.
Uh
Shout outs to the person that recommended this song. I know you're a huge Atlas fan, and
oh God.
I yeah, I know. Well, it's fun. It's established that I don't really like Atlas, and this just kind of further.
Well, I like Samsa. I don't know who the fuck.
Yeah, I know. This is like
Samsa was good. Atlas has got some problems.
I'm gonna look more into Sam. Samsa might be a new up and comer. Maybe we'll
Samsa
have.
at least knows things. Like when I like there is a degree of relatability to Samsa where Samsa doesn't have to make those cheap reliances on emotional
Yes,
relationship
yes,
gimmicks in a song to make it interesting.
yes.
Samsa has that good,
And their
I
I like their
think.
flow, like how they were. I like their
Yeah,
rhymes.
Samsa's flow was that like the
Pretty
lyrics
pretty
like we
basic,
could do
pretty
it
good.
without hearing it.
Yeah.
With Atlas, I don't know, man. He has to invent a new language to do that shit.
But if you like listen, he has this like cadence to when he talk raps. Like It makes sense in the way that he does it, but it's very unique is the word. It's very only he can achieve it. It's just that good and unique.
One of
and
those
original.
like the zombie song.
Zombie,
Yeah, right.
zombie, zombie. Eh, eh.
Man, what a strange
Who is
song.
that? Is that Smashing Pumpkins? Is that who does
No, but
who does zombie? Oh, the Cranberries.
there we
That's
go.
what I was thinking of. What were you saying? The zombies?
Yeah, the zombie song.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it was the one that I was doing.
Yeah, it's that song.
Okay. Zombie, zombie, zombie. Eh, eh. In your head, in your
See, this is a
head.
good song. This lyrics are like there's like fucking 5 lines of lyrics, and then it's like all repetition
What?
in that song.
The Cranberry song?
Yeah, I think you just sang all the lyrics.
With their guns and the tanks and the bombs.
See, that's a boring song to analyze because it's just like you just go Google search and it's like, oh, it's about
Right
the
there.
Irish fighting against like the British for like the sovereignty of their island, and it's like, okay, that's it. Like, there's just nothing really to get into,
I think one of the funniest things about that time is that it's called the Troubles in England.
Yeah, we're having some troubles,
Yeah, that's the most English way of describing like like you're occupying a foreign land basically. You're
Yeah, we're having
forcing
some troubles, with the
forcing your
locals.
subjugation. It's just the Troubles. And then they call it the Good Friday Agreement when they finally gave up. The Troubles were finally over.
That's just what it is. You got to go through some growing pains.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I don't know how to end it.
So that's how we're ending it. Bye.